We not gonna be talking about Marvel. We gonna be talking about the DC universe. Batman, the Batman movie.
That can't wait for
That's
this one.
that to be honest, the movie that came out in 2021, excuse me. That Batman movie that came out in 2021. I remember I was watching it in theaters in Florida. I was in Orlando. I went to Disney World that week, and I just needed a day. So I went to go watch it in the movie theater. By the way, they have phenomenal theaters. Like it has like it's like a stadium type of theater.
Uh
Beautiful.
huh.
I had my doubts about the movie, obviously, because Robert Pattinson. The only experience that I've had with Robert Pattinson was obviously the vampire movie, Vampire. No, that
Twilight.
Twilight. Thank you. I don't know why I keep getting Twilight and Vampire Diaries confused, but that's my only experience with Robert Pattinson. And to be honest, I felt like his acting was absolutely horrible. I know that was early on in his career, as far as that's concerned, but Twilight's not a bad teen movie. I just recently watched it. It's actually really good. I like it a whole lot better than when I watched it in the early 2010s. But I guess before we even get into Batman 2, before we even get into that, let me ask you,
Uh
what
huh.
is your opinion of Robert Pattinson so far? Well, reprising his role in this Batman 2 movie.
I agree with it. I did like his portrayal of Batman. We didn't get to see much of Bruce Wayne in the first one, but it wasn't a Bruce Wayne movie. This was a Batman movie, so that's what we all came here for. Because he got what I believe it was year two, so he's
Mm-hmm.
still just donning the cape. So I mean, he ain't like how do I say this? Like he ain't OG Batman. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a rookie Batman right now. But I did like it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I agree with you. When it came to the announcements of Robert Pattinson playing Batman, I was like, you talk about the Twilight guy? Like I really thought this was doomed, bro, from the start. I was like, hold on, let me get this straight. Matt Reeves like picked Robert Pattinson to play Batman? What the hell? I'm like, okay. And then when I saw the trailers for the first time, that first teaser trailer, bro, I was I was left speechless, bro. I'm like, yo, whose man's is this, yo? Like, this ain't Robert Pattinson, bro. Like, yo, this Batman was gangster, yo. Just that whole beating on that clown too. Like,
Oh
what?
yeah,
That
it
had
was
me hooked.
definitely aggressive and dark, the way it's supposed to be portrayed.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And then the soundtrack, bro. The soundtrack that intro he gets. Oh, it got me hyped, bro. I was like, yo, oh yeah, I'm definitely watching this in the movie theaters, bro. And it was phenomenal. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like that movie was great. Like top three, bro. Top three. I'll even put it. I'm putting it up there top three because like I can't fault like Christopher Nolan's Batman, bro. But this movie was up there, yo. I'm like, yo,
Ho
this is an
ho ho
origin
ho
story
ho
movie.
ho 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 ho. Survey time.
All
Survey
right, I knew
time.
this was coming. All right, hit me
Survey
with it.
time. What you take it? You talk. We take it. Well, I'm pretty sure there's no argument that The Dark Knight was the best movie out of the Christopher Nolan series trilogy. But who you taking? Christopher Nolan Dark Knight, or you taking Matt Reeves Batman?
I gotta go with Christopher Nolan, bro. That whole trilogy was like that. So I mean, Matt Reeves only got one on his belt right now. We'll see. That's what we
No,
came here to talk about. The
it's
second one.
pound for pound. What movie you gotta pick one movie? Pound for pound.
Damn, bro, you putting me in a hard situation right now.
Pound for pound.
I like both of them, bro. I ain't gonna
Nah, you
fault you,
gotta
bro.
pick
Like,
one. You have to pick one or the other. Like, cause I remember I had this conversation a while back with some people who, and then like somebody came up to me, was like, "Hey, yo, this movie is better than The Dark Knight." I literally was like
wait,
about to smack
hold
this
on.
dude.
Oh hell no, no, we
He
ain't
said
going
it.
that
He
far.
said it with no. He said it with no hesitation too. He said this Batman movie with Robert Pattinson is better than Dark Knight. I'm like, whoa, I gotta
Whoa.
watch this shit.
I put it on par with it, but Christopher Nolan's Batman was that's right here top tier Batman movies of all time, bro. Like even though like the trilogy wasn't a perfect trilogy, but I did like how dark and like how I don't know how to say this. Like they brought the essence of Batman. They grounded him, bro. Like I felt it. Like the League of Assassins, the Joker, Venom. I mean not Venom. I'm sorry. Oh god, what's his name? Bane,
Mm.
the Tyra Ghul. Like I like the Scarecrow too. You can't I can't forget about Scarecrow, bro. Like yo, the way that they brought it out, it's like to this day is still like the best Batman of all time, bro. Like as I said, like Matt Reed's Batman is top 3 for me. Like we're gonna talk about movies. The movies, Dark Knight, number 1. I can't fault you, bro. Like that's the greatest movie of all time. Heath Ledger and Christian Bale's Batman, bro. That was the oh my god, that was just like page from the comics, bro. I can, nothing can beat that movie, bro. It's going to take a long time to someone actually beats that movie, but for right now, that's going to be number one spot of all Batman movies of all time. Then I come up with the Batman, Matt Reed's Batman, and then I go with the OG, the original Batman, Michael
Are we?
Keaton's Batman.
Can we throw animation Batmans in here?
Okay, now we talk about a whole different league. We talk about a whole different. Okay, then, all right.
Because
We
I'm not
throw
even.
animation Batman.
I'm not putting Keaton's Batman over the Red Hood. You're not getting that from me.
What?
Nope.
Nah, damn, bro. You talk about Kevin Conroy, yo. That's the greatest Batman of all time, bro. Hands down, bro. Like that, but we talk about voice actors though.
No, I'm
Greatest
talking about
Batman of
like
all
the
time.
actual movie, like the movie.
You talk about the animation Batman? Oh, who played that
Yeah,
Batman? Hold up, I
that
gotta look
was
that up.
that's the new guy that's doing Batman voice now. But
What's his name? Under the Red Hood, right?
yep,
Batman.
I will try to hold out all
No.
Michael Keaton Batman movies as much as possible. But I'm definitely putting Red Hood in at number 3 as one of my favorite Batman movies.
Jensen Ackland, I think is his name.
Jensen
That's the dude for
Ackles, he played the
Echoes.
Red
Sorry.
Hood.
That's the dude from that TV show. What's it called?
Supernatural
Supernatural, and also he's
in the boys
Soldier
now.
Boy from The Boys. I didn't know
Yep.
that was him, bro. That was him.
Yeah. He was
Dang,
the voice actor for Batman in Halloween.
I did like that one. I did like that. The Long
I
Halloween.
I
You didn't like
hated
it?
the animation, bro. Like the way they're doing animation now looks so garbage. I like with the technology we had today, like I would think they would have the animation look a whole lot better. Like I just don't like the way they make it now. The
The
same
premise was
thing
supposed
with
to be like a 1960s type thing, so I kind of see
this.
why they did it like that.
It's garbage. Like I hate to take this to Marvel again, but when they did the Spider-Man verse, that
Mhm.
animation is garbage too. I don't like it.
It wasn't that bad, bro. It
Bro,
was
like I
tolerable.
told you, the freaking Kingpin's head was so freaking small on this big ass body. Like animation is horrible. I hate
uh,
it.
it's the animation of the creators, but I ain't gonna fault them as long as the storyline's legit. I'll take it. It can't be that bad, bro.
Hey,
um,
visuals is important to me.
But for me, Kevin Conroy's the greatest voice actor of all time for Batman. Just like Mark Hamill's the greatest Joker of all time for the voice actor, bro. You can't beat those two, bro.
Oh yeah, 1000%, 1000%, 1000%. But getting back to this Batman movie, right? So I always tell people, I advise people if they have never seen the first Batman movie, don't look at it as a superhero movie. Look at it as a thriller because it starts off with a thriller. Obviously, with the first death. You remember what the first death was?
Yeah, it was I want to say the mayor. The mayor died.
It wasn't the mayor. It
It was the
was
mayor.
I think it might have been like a politician that was running for mayor or something like that. And then he was watching TV, and then the Riddler he creeped up in there somehow, and he literally beat him to death with some type of tool. I can't remember, but after that, I was hooked, bro. I was literally hooked. Like there was nonstop action in this movie, and it's basically the perfect Batman movie where I don't have to deal with Bruce Wayne. It was just strictly Batman and a thriller. That's like it's a superhero movie and a thriller all together. Everything that you could ask for, and that's why I loved it so much.
Oh yeah, most definitely, bro. Like the movie was amazing. It was like it was a straight detective movie. Like just the opening scene of like the Riddler watching the politician like on Halloween, and how he was sitting there watching the polls and seeing if he was gonna win or not. and then get knocked out, and then the body being dragged across it. And then that note that he left too, and how the way they call Batman. And at this point, like I said, we're like Batman's year 2 into this,
Mm-hmm.
and just everybody's like on the fence about the whole Batman thing. Like people think that he's still like a myth and a legend. Like people don't believe in him. People think that the police just made it up to scare criminals and stuff. And just seeing these police officers just standing there and how intimidated they are by Batman as he's walking through the hallway, and they're all just like moving aside, just like, yo, he actually is real, bro. Like they just look at it, and the way that he just looks at people, bro, like he's about to murk you. He just like
Right.
get out of my way, or I'll move you, type stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was an amazing like opening. You could feel like the you could feel like the density in the room. Like you could feel like the fear. Like, and the only one that is cool with them is Jim Gordon.
Yes. Yes. And it was one thing that I would like to change though. Can we upgrade the suit a little bit? It looks a little bit too generic, and him making all that noise when he's walking, that bothers me.
But like
He's
I
like
just stated,
he's
year two,
supposed to be
he's learning.
he's supposed to be a ninja. Like he's been trained in the art of ninjutsu. So is that right? Did I say that correct? Ninjutsu? Hold up.
Yeah. Yeah, something like, well, in this one, Alfred trained him. So he wasn't trained by the League of Assassins, but I mean, he has some type of sense of like, self defense. So I mean, yeah, I could say like, yeah, you're right.
All right, so let's get into this Batman 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Batman 2, they're setting the release date to be October 3rd, 2025, right? Now, I'm going to predict that it may end up getting pushed to 2024. No, excuse me, 2026. I'm sorry.
Think so?
2026. Yes, I think it's going to get pushed to 2026. If they having the issues with the actors and the writer strikes, 2026, probably early 2026. I would probably say probably around like March 2026.
I could see that happening, but I mean, filming is they're supposed to start filming in March of this year, so it's still a possibility they could make the deadline. I mean, maybe they're gonna try to pull it uh as a Halloween movie on 2025. It's possible.
A Halloween movie?
Yeah,
That's not a
could
bad
see that.
idea.
It's not a bad idea. I mean, it is Batman, and I mean, it's a detective movie, so it's gonna have some type of jump scares. And then so-called like, so what do we got? Who we got the villain playing as the villain this time? Because there's so many rumors going out there right now about who's going to be the main villain for this sequel.
So, all right, let's let me get you to let's do the reprisers first. So, obviously, you got Robert Pattinson returning as Batman. Then you got Andy Serkis as Alfred returning. Then you got Zoe Kravitz returning as Selena Kyle. Which before I didn't really care for her in this movie, honestly, especially with her costume, like the mask. She got her own like Daredevil mask thing going on in this movie. Colin Farrell is going to be reprising his role as Oswald Cobblepot, which I'm looking forward to. That TV show he's supposed to be coming out with on HBO Max. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, most
Paul
definitely it's going to be tight.
Dano. Yeah, Paul Dano was the Riddler. He's supposed to be coming back too as well. And then Jeffrey Wright is going to reprise his role as James Gordon. And then at the end of the movie, we had Barry Kogan, excuse me, as the Joker. Really couldn't really see him in the shadows in that prison scene, but we basically had the idea that that's who it's going to be. So there are some rumors on here, and this is from the direct, by the way. I'll probably leave the link in the description too, of some possible villains in this movie that have been discussed. Now, Mr. Freeze has been has been a villain of a villain of interest. Now, the last time we saw Mister Freeze, that was in the Batman and Robin movie. We did a review on that. Be sure to go ahead and check our archives for that one.
Yeah, most
Um,
definitely.
I don't personally. I don't feel like Mister Freeze. This is an appropriate movie for Mister Freeze. I feel like we should get somebody a little bit on a lower level as far as a villain, because if you look at it already, we already haven't. We like we talking about or adding multiple villains in movies. Like we already have the Riddler coming back, Joker coming back. Not sure exactly what his role is going to be. Hopefully, it's going to be a small role. Maybe he'll just be like a puppeteer or something like that. And then uh, the Penguin is going to be coming back. I'm pretty sure he's going to have a role. And then you're going to go ahead and add a fourth villain in here. I just don't see it being Mister Freeze.
Really? I mean, you could ground him. I mean, it doesn't have to be like, like the origin story where he like got into some accident that caused his body to be like blue and he got to be cold blooded. And I mean, you could ground him that he could wear a suit and he kind of like what they did in Batman and Robin. It's just that he wears a suit, a frozen suit, I guess, for whatever reason, and trying to rob a bank to save his wife. You could still have the same illness or whatever it is, because they never specify what kind of illness that his wife has, but he's just trying to save her. You could kind of make this into like a love story, like how far you're willing to go to save your loved ones. That could be like the main theme of it. I don't know. I mean, I could see the Joker and the Riddler kind of being side characters. Just like in the first one, you had Batman visiting the Joker in the deleted scenes, and him asking for help when he was trying to catch the Riddler.
Hmm. Well, the way the first movie ended, it had like an interesting, cliffhanger where we're going to try to rebuild Gotham. So I don't know. I don't like Mister Freeze in this one so far.
I mean, I
Right
think
now,
for me, to be honest with you, because I kind of see why they're doing this, because the Riddler needed to be redone because I mean we had Jim Carrey, it was still a great performance, but that movie wasn't serious, bro. And
it was a
then
comedy.
it was a comedy, and then they did Two Face in the Christopher Nolan Batman, so that character's been done properly, even though most
And
people are upset that they killed him off.
the screen time for that wasn't wasn't enough for Two
Wasn't
Face.
satisfying enough for you.
I wasn't like it really. So you was Harvey Dent throughout 75% of the movie. Get your face burnt off, and then Joker fucks your mind up, and then you want to take revenge on Jim Gordon. Dead.
Yeah,
You
but
could
I
do
mean
so
it
much
was
more with the character.
you could have had. I mean, I didn't see why they had to kill him off, but I mean, I'm not mad about it. It didn't
I
take
am.
away from the plot.
He's one of my favorite Batman villains.
Well, overall, I like him. I'm gonna say he was one of my favorites, but I mean, he's not one of the ones I dislike.
Like if we was to go ahead and just eliminate, let's say Joker's already excluded. He's hands down the best Batman villain. It's like a yin and yang type of relationship those two have, right?
Yeah, most definitely.
So who's your top Batman villain after that?
Be- Besides him, oh, we got so many. Okay, I do like the Riddler, dog. He got to be like top five. Riddler, Joker. You can even go as far as to say Two Face, dude. Like he's top five.
Actually, you know what? I take that back. Bane is my number one. Excluding Joker,
Yeah,
of course. Bane is my number one.
Bane.
Or if we
I'm
went with
trying.
Raish or Raish.
Ray Shago, you can't forget about him, bro. He up there too. Ray Shago. I feel like I'm trying to I'm trying to remember some of his characters because I feel like there's a character that we can't forget about. Ah, that was four, right?
That was
Uh,
four. So you still got Penguins up there. You go
that's what I'm
with
forgetting. You got Penguin,
Clayface. which that's a character, a villain of
That's like
interest too as well.
A C rank villain though.
Who,
Penguin is the other
Clayface?
one. Yeah,
Well, there you go. I think Clayface would be perfect then for this movie.
think so.
Yeah,
It,
like you have a whole bunch of other villains in this movie. Why don't you just put Clayface in there and then call it a freaking day? And then Batman Part 3 will return with Joker being the villain.
like,
And that'll be that.
don't get me wrong. I would like to see the Clayface. The Clayface would have more of a like like a suspense, like a detective thing. Like because in the comics you had two different types of Clayface. You had the dude that was his friend that was in the forest, and then he ended up getting in like some tragic incident where making him to like a like mud and stuff like that, where he could change into any form he want. Then you had this actor who could basically, I don't want to say shapeshift, but he can. It's kind of like the chameleon in Spider-Man. Like he's able to be different people at the same time. So it would be like a suspense. Like you don't know who the villain is, and the villain can change to anyone that they want because he's like he was an actor, so he's really
Mm-hmm.
good at playing different characters and come up with like like what's it called when it's off script um
Right.
what what is it called? What I'm trying to think.
Off
But
character.
improvise. He can
Im-
improvise.
okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
like on the spot. So like he's like a really good actor that can improvise. So he could just go off script and you wouldn't even know it. So it would be pretty cool to see Batman trying to figure out who the villain is and come to find out like he's chasing these people and it's like he's getting one step closer. Then it just feels like he's just like 5 steps back. I could see that. Like that'd be a great detective movie. You just don't know who to trust and who to trust. You know what I mean?
Hopefully, we can keep that same concept from the first movie because of the fact that the detective aspect of things was at an all time high in the first one. So if we can bring this back in the second movie,
Mm-hmm.
phenomenal. Two
I
Face, I
agree
mean not
with
Two
you.
Face, Clayface would be perfect for this because obviously you got to collect samples and then you got to try to figure out like, whoa, who is this person?
Like you
Like,
could do fingerprints, and it's like the fingerprints are all different, and the
mm-hmm,
person can change like the skin color, like their accent, like their height. You know what I mean? Like you can change clothes pretty quick. Like that'd be pretty cool. I ain't gonna lie to you. It would give that detective vibe. Like the Batman actually got to become the world's greatest detective again. Because I mean, don't get me
right,
wrong. In with the first one, the Riddler, he was like, even though he was learning, he was still in the process of learning, becoming the world's detective. He was pretty quick of like spotting some of these riddles real quick. Like in the beginning, like what was it that the
he
Riddler
lies
wrote on that
still.
card? Oh yeah, what does a
Um,
liar do when he's dead? He
yep,
lies still. And I mean that's pretty dark, but it's kind of cringy when you think about it, because of like, damn, that's some truth to that. That's the truth to that shit. And like nobody knew the riddle, but Batman had the answer to that. He lies still, and they're just like, that he's a sick fuck. Like, why would he write that? You know what I mean? Like, it's wild, yo.
right.
So I
So
can see them doing something like that. You know what I mean? But
that's
I just
one
want to
thing.
see the. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say that's one thing that they really did improvise. I mean, not improvise. Uh, focused on because I feel like all the other I was about to say Spider Man. God damn it, wrong freaking thing. Batman movies in general, well, the live action ones, they really don't focus on how intelligent Batman is and how great of a detective Batman is, and that's what really that's really irritates me. That sells that when you sell it to the audience very very short. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you just look at take a look at the average fan, you're like, oh yeah, Batman, he just fights crime, that's it. But not like this dude is literally the world's greatest detective. Like he basically studies almost every single aspect of any type of knowledge.
Oh yeah,
Any type
facts,
of
yo.
knowledge.
Facts. Like, don't get me wrong. Like going back to like the Christopher Nolan Batman, like the Dark Knight. Like in that movie, he should have been like the world's greatest detective, but we got this Batman who doesn't understand this 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 Joker. Like he thinks that all criminals have an agenda, and like as we know it, we had Alfred explaining to Batman that just some men just want to see the world burn, and Bruce at this point could not accept the fact that this Joker was like doesn't want anything. He just wants to cause chaos. Like he hasn't come across a like someone like a criminal that is like that insane. And that's it like, don't get me wrong, it doesn't take away from the movie, but in reality, in the Batman that we grew up with, the world's greatest detective, a Batman would have saw that from a mile away. He wouldn't have questioned it. He would have been like, he is insane. Like he's insane, bro. Like there's nothing that can change this man's motive. He just wants to hurt people because he's hurt. Hence why he kept telling you a different story and how he got those scars.
Mm-hmm. So I loved it. Oh my goodness, I
Still one of the greatest
love
movie.
that movie. Oh,
I love that movie. That scene when he broke in and then he in that party. He said, "You must be Harvey's main squeeze." Yo, that whole line was improvised, bro. That whole scene, bro, was improvised. How he grabbed her, and then he was like, "Oh, what's wrong? Is it the scars?" And he's like licking his lips, and like little like Easter egg for people who don't know. Like, so the reason why the Joker kept licking his lip, well, Heath Ledger was licking his lip, it was not just to improvise, it was to keep the prosthetics from falling off his face. So one of the things was that the makeup wasn't holding up where the scars were, so we'd have to lick it in order to keep it in place. So it gave it like this little creepy vibe. Like when he's licking himself constantly, and you would think like, "Yo, this dude is weird, bro. Like, why is he doing that?" And it's the whole scene when Rachel is like being pulled, and she's like, "Yo, like, holy crap, he's like scarred, like he looks terrible, like scary." That whole scene, they didn't even like when you look back at the director's cut, like you see that Christopher Nolan never told anybody what Heath Ledger was gonna look like. So that whole scene when people were like backing off and they were looking at him, they were terrified. That was actually like, and generally like they never saw the costume, so they were like, "Yo, this dude is crazy." So like the whole look that Rachel had of fear, that was real, bro. That was real. And that whole line of him telling him how he got the scars and how his wife like got hurt because he got in deep with some gangsters and stuff about over money. That show was wild, bro. And in that whole scene too, and when she kicked him, what did he say to her? He was like,
He said, "Oh, you have a little fight in you.
You got a little fight in you. I like that." And my man Batman said, "Then you'll like me." Still one of the greatest lines of all time, bro. And he's like, what did he say? He blew that window off with the shotgun, and he was like, "Why don't you just take that little mask off and show the world who you really are?" And he was like, "Let her go." And he's like, very poor choice of words, Batman. But okay. And then leaves, drops her off the window. Yo, that was wild, bro. That was wild.
Yeah, that it was a big disappointment. The fact that unfortunately he had to pass because they said that he was going to have a big role in part 3,
That would have been amazing.
Rise of the Dark Knight, and even the movie was still phenomenal. Rise of the Dark Knight, like literally get chills when we get to that stock exchange scene.
Oh yeah,
and he like grabs the dude with the cape when he's on the bike.
Oh yeah. Yo, that was badass.
And the whole police force was chasing him in that movie. Like that joke was dope. But where were we at? Batman 2, right? So we agree in agreement. Clayface should be the guy.
I'm gonna have to go with that too, bro. But I ain't gonna knock it too. I wouldn't hate if they brought Mr. Freeze into it. But I would like to see him done correctly this time. Is what I'm trying to say. Like, don't get me wrong. Arnold Schwarzenegger's portrayal of it was way too cringy, bro. Like, we didn't need that. But I mean, for what it was so cringy that we laughed at it. It was so bad. It was. I won't say good, but it was entertaining. But I would like to emphasize on Mr. Freeze. I would like to get a better version, a darker version, or like I don't want to go as far as say a love story, but like I would just like to see him done correctly on the screen. That's all I'm asking for. But if not this movie and next one, you know what I'm saying?
Right. So the Court of Owls was also up here, which I told you already off screen was this is not the move. It's too early for Court of Owls. That's like something that deserves to be its own movie without other villains involved, because of the fact that Court of Owls is like, that's a really, really deep cast of. It's a secret society. It's a secret society. So you have to. It cannot.
You have to build it up. You have to build it up.
Yeah,
you can't rush it.
You have to build it up. So like, I feel like this like in this universe for Batman, it is perfect because of the fact that there's so many corrupt politicians that they really wanted to focus on in the first movie. So at some point, the Court of Owls definitely should be involved because nobody knew about the cover up story with Bruce Wayne and his father and his mother.
Oh
Like
yeah.
nobody knew about that. So if they like, it's a perfect way for you can introduce the Court of Owls. Maybe not 3, maybe not 4, maybe 5, but you could do that. Like you would just have to figure that out. You just like somehow in the next 2 movies you would have to plot this. Maybe if he was to do Mr. Freeze, maybe he could be like a corrupt doctor or something, and he basically only does you know medical work on the rich of Gotham.
I could see that happening, or having Mr. Freeze uh having his resource taken from him from the Court of Owls, and then using in the Court of Owls use him in order to hunt the Batman. Like they're hiring assassins. Like where I feel like you can make the Court of Owls kind of like in an Avengers Infinity War type thing. You know what I mean? Like have the Court of Owls hire these villains that are in Arkham to eliminate the Batman, to stop his presence from being dominating Gotham. Like I would go as far as to say, yeah, you could do a fourth one with the Court of Owls. I would like to see that, because in order to do a trilogy, you need to add one more. I feel like if we're going to do this properly, you need to add certain villains to this mix, and have this thing where like the Court of Owls finally show themselves, and they're like, all right, it, if you want something done, you got to do it yourself. Kind of like kind of Thanos grabbing the gauntlet, and it was like, all right, trying to get rid of this hero, bro. Like we gonna figure it out, and then like get to these villains and be like, how would you like to get revenge on the Batman? And all these villains are over there like, oh yeah, just point where we can get him, and just like and have them all attack him at once. Because you had some comics where you had the Riddler, the Joker, and I believe it was the Penguin, were all fighting for the town, for the city of Gotham, and Batman was like, they were waging war. It was like a civil war between the villains, but Batman was in the mix. It was trying to stop them, but each one of them was trying to take part of the city for themselves. So Batman like had his hand tied. It was kind of like the Arkham games.
Mm-hmm.
You remember when they had made Arkham into the city, Arkham City? It's kind of that concept. You had villains roaming around trying to conquer certain blocks and certain areas of the city. So something like that. I could see them doing something like that. But if you're going to do the Court of Owls, I think you should do a part 1, part 2 for the third movie. That way you can play it off and be like it's not a fourth movie. It's just one really long story. You know what I mean?
Makes sense. Yeah, that definitely makes sense. Like it's just too much for one movie, and also
It's too
too
much,
much
yeah.
right now. Trying to come up with a nice little concept we can do before we close this thing out. Any suggestions how we can close this?
How about I'm gonna say this. How about we rank our favorite Batman lovers,
Love interest.
love interest? Yeah.
5-1. What? You know what? Let's make it a draft.
All right.
Let's make it a draft. So we'll go from 1 to 5. Go to 1 to 5, and we're gonna do the round robin way. So you want to go first, or I go first?
You can go first.
I go first. You giving me the number 1 pick?
Okay, you want me to go first? I'll go first.
So are we doing before? Let me go over the rule. Let me do the rules real quick. So
All right.
are we doing like actually actresses, or are we just talk about just love interests in the Batman universe? Period.
I want to say we keep it grounded and we keep it a live action though, but I don't think we have that many female characters, do we? I think we got like 3 or 4.
3 or 4. Yeah,
Actually,
let's just do the Batman. Let's just do Batman universe. Let's do that.
all right.
I'm first.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Give me Vicky Vale.
Damn, he said Vicky.
Vicky Vale.
Oh, damn you. You pulled the Vicky Bell on me, bro. You slick. Yo, you slick. Hey, yo, you slick. Oh, snap. Okay. I got two, but okay. Let me see. I gotta. Oh, yo.
You can't have two. It's a
I know.
draft.
I'm thinking. I got two. I'm thinking right now, bro. Give me Selena Kyles. I go with Zoe Kravitz. She's super bad, bro. I liked her.
Okay. Give me Zatanna.
Really?
Yep, Zatanna. She looked good in that black thing she got on. And doing magic.
Damn.
Burned him. Burned him.
Ah, I gotta go with Michelle Pfeiffer, bro. Michelle Pfeiffer. Something
You
about the
can't
way.
get two cat women. I thought we was doing.
Oh, okay. Well, okay.
You
No,
so
two
you
cat women.
pick. You pick one cat woman. So make your
Okay,
pick.
okay. The Talia Al Ghul.
Talia, this is my third pick. Third pick is going to Barbara Gordon.
Damn it. Damn. Hey, yo. Oh, shit. I forgot about her, bro. Oh, my God. Oh. God damn it. You picked the good ones, too, bro. I can't stand you right now. Oh my god, I can't remember. Okay, I'm just gonna go. I'm going out of the way because I can't think of anyone else right on the top of my head right now. Rachel, I just go to Rachel.
Okay.
The Dark Knight Rachel, though, not the first one, not Batman
Did
Begins. I'm talking
you
about.
did you watch Mask of the Phantasm?
Yes, sir.
I'm going with Sophia Falcone.
Oh, wait, hold on. We doing animation?
I said anybody in the Batman universe.
Oh
She's in the
snap! I thought we
Batman
were doing. I
universe.
thought we were doing live action. Oh, okay. Oh, bro. There's so many out there, then, bro. I'll stay with mine because I didn't know. It's too late now for me to back out. But Rachel Gould, I thought we were talking about live action though. Okay, but Rachel Gould though. I mean, Rachel Gould's daughter, Natalia. No, that's the one that always had Batman's heart though.
She's a race. She's a rapist. I'm not doing that.
Hey, the only one that haven't seen though.
Yeah, she raped him. Not doing that.
Yo, Batman had a lot of lovers, bruh. We talk about the animation.
All
You even got Wonder Woman, bruh.
Wonder Woman don't count.
Ah, come on, bro. Don't do that to me, yo. Wonder
She
Woman.
doesn't count. And technically, she's a Superman lover.
In some universes though, but come on, in the Justice League and the Justice League Unlimited, guess who was
She
feeling my
don't
man?
count.
Who was feeling my man, bro? My man was getting it. He just didn't
All
want
right,
to do
okay,
it.
go ahead. You can have her. Take her.
All right, man. Give me that. Give me Wonder Woman, bro.
All right, my fifth and last pick is going to Lois Lane.
He did almost steal Lois Lane from Superman though. Ah, my last one. And you said Barbara Gordon too. Damn.
Joe did.
I can't think of anybody else right now.
You want Kane? I mean, Cassandra Kane?
Cassandra?
You want Harley Quinn? You got Poison Ivy? Slim Pickens right now, buddy.
Slim Pickens. Poison Ivy, bro. Poison Ivy.
You're not going to go with Harley?
Harley wasn't technically Batman's girl. And I don't think they ever smashed. I know she smashed Dick Grayson.
Okay. Well, you'll have Poison Ivy, but I think I like my team.
I'll give you that, yeah. But I go with Natalia, bro, because if for Batman to like fumble, like Batman to be acting how do I say this? Like a like an idiot in front of Natalia. Yo, this is a man who is like hard to break, bro. For a woman to break him like that, that's wild. I'm sorry,
I
I
thought
gotta give it
Selena
Natalia.
was always going to be that one that he really loved.
Nah, Natalia's the one he'd always broke. Bro, you remember the Son of Batman, right?
Yeah, but Catwoman is the main though. He wanted Catwoman. He
He
loves Catwoman.
he loves Selena, but his heart belongs to Natalia, bro. Always does, bro. Like you notice how fast he changes up, like how fast he changes everything. Like remember when she sent the clone of what's his name Damien after Batman, and then like try to kill him, and
Mm-hmm.
after that she was like, "Come on, Bruce, like we can always make another one." And how quickly he thought about it. He was like, yes, we can make another one. And he's like, I love you, Bruce. He's saying, if I can't have you, no one else can. Bro, not once did the whole Bat family ever say, yo, Bruce, like, you're tripping, right? Like, Bruce, like, she's a villain. Like, she's trying to kill you. Snap out of it. He was like, but I love her. But, you know, he didn't say that, but you can see it in his face, like, I still love her. Bro, that's wild, bro. Everybody got that one chick that will bend backwards for, bro. Every dude got to. I don't care what anybody say, bro. For Batman to get down to on his knees to beg for her for love, that's wild. Especially when she handed Damien over to him, like she didn't see him for years. I mean, he didn't see her for years. The first thing he was like, remember that night that we shared a passionate night together, and he was like, well, I don't recall it being passionate. And then she was like, well, I got a present for you. And then Damien comes out in the back, and he was like, hey, father. And he was like, who's that? He said, that's your son. And not once did he ever question it, like, that's not my son, bro. Like, he looked at him, and he was like, yeah, that's my son. Question, no, hands down, bro. No DNA test, no nothing. He was like, damn, I'm a father. But, you know, deep down in his head, he was like, I hit that. I hit that.
Raped him. She
I
raped
know,
him.
bro. She raped him, though, but still, it is what it is.